My very first memories were before I even went to a match, because we actually lived on Gibbet Street. And when I was very tiny, they used to play on a Saturday afternoon then, and we could hear the noise when the men left the mainly men left the match at Thrum Hall to walk down Gibbet Street towards town. And I can remember being very, very tiny, and me and my sister used to hear the noise was like a rumbling, because most of them wore clogs as well, because they used to go straight from work, because they worked Saturday mornings then. And there were this noise of clogs and chattering, and it used to get louder and louder as it came closer and closer. And we used to run out to sit on the steps to watch them all go past to see if they'd won or if they'd lost, and just watch these waves of men just streaming down Thrum Hall. There were thousands and thousands of them walking down Gibbet Street all together as they left the match. Then were my first early memories. But we never actually went to Thrum Hall when we were small, because my dad was a footballer, an ex-footballer. So he was more involved, and he used to go down to Shea. And quite often he used to ask us if we wanted to come, and we did do. So, but he never ever went to the rugby matches. But when I was about 7, we lived in a back-to-back house down Gibbet Street, and when I was about 7 years old, one of the Halifax rugby players moved in behind us, to lodge behind us. Well, he stayed there for a while, and many of the children around about all used to gather together to watch him come home from work. He was a painter and decorator by trade, and the thing that we found most unusual about him was that he had a different coloured skin to what we had. He was really black, because he'd come up from Wales, and we'd actually never seen anybody that colour before. So hundreds of us used to all pile out to watch him come home from work and watch him walk down the road. And his name was Johnny Freeman, and he seemingly it turned out that he was a really good fast winger, and quite a number of us used to gather together and walk up to Thrum Hall to watch him play in the matches. But we never had any money to go in, so about 10 minutes into the second half at Thrum Hall, they used to open the gates, so all the children and old age pensioners and people like that couldn't afford to pay in would go in to watch. And we always used to ask Johnny to save all his tries for those last 20 minutes or so in second half, so we could. And he always used to say, "Yeah, I'll remember when you're coming in and I'll score a few tries for you." But we don't think he did. He just used to score tries. And that was the first time that I remember going to matches. We didn't pay to go in, but it did get me hooked on to rugby, and I've been following Halifax team ever since.